Hey guys, welcome back to From the Pit, where we cover everything from freeform blackened death jazz to sphincter-crushing ragtime. I'm Phil, and with me is Mike.
Frank.
Ron.
Oh, I introduced you.
Yeah, you don't get to say your name.
Appreciate it.
No.
So we're going to start off with our brutal news. Ghost has achieved top 10 on the charts for their new album, which is awesome for a band that uses excessive amounts of satanic imagery.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the third album from the Swedish cult rock band Ghost.
Yes.
And yeah, they got that ranking on Billboard.com.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's always cool to see a band, like last time bands finally like make it onto those charts.
Yeah.
That never would have happened 20 years ago. I don't
No.
think.
No,
No
it certainly
way in
wouldn't
hell.
have. I don't know what's
That's
next
so
on there.
awesome.
You gotta close that. Okay.
So what's next?
Oh.
Biohazard.
Yes. Biohazard Interview. I forgot all about this.
The band is focusing on writing a track list that they can perform live. Previous releases from them have proven difficult to deploy live, so they talked about writing a straightforward, crushing Biohazard release.
I find it interesting because I've seen them live a couple times in the past year, and they were performing mostly older material off of like their first 2 albums, and they killed it. It was great live, so not really sure how to feel about that, but excited to see what they come up with.
New material. They're approaching it from a different angle. Might end up with a whole new thing.
Should tighten everything up.
Yeah.
I would
That's
assume.
true. Can't argue that. One of the house favorites here on From the Pit, Myrkur. For anyone who follows us, she just recently released her new album, and as anyone following metal should know, she's uploaded a track-by-track commentary on the entire album.
Yeah, you can find that at Relapse Records YouTube channel. It's totally worth the watch. We totally love this album,
Yeah.
so hearing her thoughts behind the tracks is really cool.
Definitely.
Myrkur, will you marry us?
I think all metalheads are going to be sad this week, and I'd like to extend our condolences to the Wes Craven family.
Yes.
Definitely. Like that's a bummer. I mean, like I remember as a kid being fucking terrified of anything Wes Craven related.
God.
Like his name was synonymous with true fear and
Terror. I had a nightmare about him recently.
I'll never be able to listen to Dawkins' Dream Warriors again.
Oh man.
He's also put out others like Scream, Pulse, Last House on the Left, People Under the Stairs.
The man knows scary.
Everything Freddy he touched, the TV show, all the movies.
Did he touch Scary Terry?
Extensive.
And even outside of horror, he even had like lighthearted little cameos. I remember he was in an episode of Workaholics.
There's Freddy versus the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, fucking yeah. Like so, it's a real bummer. And I remember when he passed away. Actually, like I was looking around the internet trying to figure out if it was true or not, and I came across his Twitter. And, like, the last thing he tweeted was, like, one of the most inspirational things. And it was basically, like, Motivational Monday. If you are interested in something, get a job at it. No matter what level it at, like, where you fall into the rank. As long as you're a part of something that you are interested in, it's a foot in the door. And that's all you need. Like, and so, I mean, like, the guy, I don't know. It's just a bummer that he said something so powerful. And then days later, he's not with us
I think
anymore.
that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing's just
Wes Craven.
Alright, and recently Lars Ulrich and Shawn of Megadeth and Metallica, should have introduced
Formerly
that
of
better.
Megadeth.
Well, yes, formerly of Megadeth. They had some comments to make about the current state of metal music.
I believe Drover's comment was an extension off of Ulrich's
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
battle against Napster.
But And yeah, like their whole views on file sharing aside, like he did generally have a good message. I think he said, so from an artistic perspective at least, metal's doing really good as far as, back in the 80s, I don't know how big the scene in South America was, how healthy the scene in Europe was, like the scene was probably there, but it's probably not thriving the same way it is now, where you have like festivals every few months and with some of the biggest names always just being tossed around here.
Oh yeah, it's incredible.
But his counter side to that was that for younger bands it might be hard to compete with file sharing and people easily having easy access to your music without paying for it. And I think Mikey, you were actually making some points about that earlier, as far as
I mean, it's like completely true for someone who's built something to sell to be upset when their ability to sell that item is been sort of undercut by illegal means. But at this point, 15 years past the real boon of file sharing, I just want to hope that the kids are setting themselves up to survive and not going off this, poor me sort of like, we can't make money off albums, so we're going to complain rather than work around it. Right. Throw more shows, hold festivals, sell more merch. I don't know.
I'm sorry, like, it's just, I feel like you're kind of right on that. And I feel like this comment is coming from somebody who might be a little dated as far as things go, because, Drover and Ulrich have been around.
And the other thing is, with an independent album release these days, you don't have to dump like $5,000 into burning like a 10-track. If you can pull it off independent and you get $3 to $5, or even name your own price on sort of like a Bandcamp type thing. If you're making anything, if you're really pushing it, advertising it, and all that, then the loyal listeners are gonna buy your stuff.
And if things like Bandcamp weren't working, then you wouldn't see record labels, like whole labels, having a Bandcamp and putting their artist shit up there for free. So clearly, it's generating something.
Right. It's more exposure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I
just think the name of the game is changing a little bit, and
I agree.
I want to see everybody keep up.
And I feel like guys like Drover and Ulrich, like they're dinosaurs. They've been around for. They're all respect to them. Like
absolutely.
Like, I'm not trying to say dinosaurs like as an insult or anything like that either, but it's just like.
When they came up,
Drover actually said, things aren't like they were back in the 70s, where you could have a band, put out a bad album and
45
recover.
years ago,
like, and he's right. Band, you hear a band come out now, they put out a shit album, that's it.
Crazy Town happened, and nearly a decade later, they're releasing a brand new album.
A decade later, it wasn't the next year. They didn't have like a solid follow up.
Yeah, I think that's due to drug addiction and just generally being horrible.
No, I think even back then in that thrash scene, there was still it wasn't file sharing, but they did have
bootleggers.
Not but they tapes.
Yeah,
there was a tape sharing. Like that was just a thing.
Like fucking Metallica back in the day. This is one of the things that kind of gets under my skin about the Napster thing. They actually had sections at their shows that had like better audio quality for the people who wanted to sit there with their cassettes and shit. So it's like they had a section for that.
Oh yeah, and they released all the old Metallica bootleg tapes for free.
And it's like, what the actual fuck are you talking about? So I don't know. I don't entirely agree with their comments, like Drover saying that it's killing the industry and things like that. I feel like the industry, like you said, Mikey, just needs to evolve.
It's in flux right now.
Yeah, it was nice to see his positive thoughts on the creativity in the scene.
I am happy that metal really is prospering, like artistically at least.
Absolutely. All right, so moving on, we have hot off the press. These are recent releases, up and coming releases, so forth and so on. Anything that's come out recently that we feel is worth mentioning. So what do we got?
We start off with the Great Tyrant has uploaded a video, also found at Relapse Records YouTube channel. The album is slated for October 30th of this year. It's a really cool sort of psychedelic sludge with some like new, fresh vocals, like dirty jazzy vocals. Like I don't know, it was really weird.
It was odd when they came in. It was at first awkward sounding, but it really as quickly, you listen to it, It grew on
It
you.
reminds me of Grover singing over a sludge album, but it's somehow very appealing. So
Sometimes it works. You
it's
never
cool.
know what to expect.
Check the video out. Yeah.
Yeah. Links in the description as always.
Yes, as always.
As
All right, we got the new Windhand coming up. September 18th. It's close. God, where is 2015 going?
Those guys are really cool too. Sort of another sort of a sludge doom act, maybe more doom, hence like sort of like cleaner vocals. But the sound's really top notch.
Yeah, it's groovy as shit.
Yeah.
I dig it.
So, alright, So Hideous has now come out on October 16th this year, and this was kind of like, at parts almost like an atmospheric black metal, but then almost having like post-metal elements to it, and it was amazing.
It's definitely an experience.
Definitely, I would say atmospheric black metal with more musicality to it.
Yeah.
It was...
Yeah, like they definitely kept it interesting at parts. Like where some ambient music just kind of ends up getting into like a little wash. Like it's ambient, so it's going to do that regardless. It's eventually going to hit that kind of background
that's
feel.
The nature of
That's the nature of it.
What's,
but they still kept it interesting to where if you tuned in, you're like, all right, yeah, this is still really sweet.
Yeah, as soon as the I heard the guitars come in and the scream, it was touched my heart.
Definitely.
And At the Gates has released a new video. I need to tell you guys about At the Gates, and you're following metal. I'm not sure what you're following.
Oh boy, we're not elitist here at all.
The song's called Book of Sand. The video's cool. I mean, it's just a live performance.
Yeah,
but like it's
some nice, sweet live shots. You
yeah.
know.
Goes back to there's two types of metal music videos.
Yep. Them
playing somewhere, usually in an abandoned factory, and something that you don't know what's going on.
Well, my favorite part about these live videos is seeing the crowds in different areas. What it's like, you know, it was cool to see a raft being crowd surfed in.
Dude, it was cool to see such a huge crowd for At the Gates.
Yeah.
Yeah, they deserve it.
They're a late '80s band. Or
What?
aren't they old or early '90s?
I don't know the exact time period. I thought they were newer though.
Yeah, they're newer.
Womp.
I thought they were older.
Unless we're all wrong and we're all just fucking up.
Next week we'll tell you. No comments on the.
No regrets.
Top-notch journalism and weird frogs. What is that?
I'm not thinking too
All right.
weird frog.
So we're gonna get to our main topic of the week, which and this one's been really. I've been losing sleep over this shit.
Yeah.
When is something considered metal?
One of the reasons why I was even bringing this up is the other day when we heard that you had to introduce me to that awful racket known as Butcher Babies, which is considered new metal.
Yeah.
I listen to that, and then I listen to the radio sometimes, and there's certain hard rock bands. I'm like, this is exactly the same amount of heaviness as, say, Butcher Babies, which is considered a metal band. What is the defining point?
Well, I mean, with new metal, it's a very distinct style. It's a very distinct sound. Granted, I do think a lot of the new metal bands kind of crossed over with hard rock. I mean, especially when you get into the shit like Disturbed.
I was going to say, like, Disturbed is, I think, on the same level as
Well, I
Butcher
mean,
Babies.
like how many bands do you know that you can put into more than one genre? Like,
yeah.
Like,
Plenty,
I'm sure it's like, yeah, like you guys said, there's definitely a grading scale to it. And with some of these bands, you might even have to go like song by song, because you can listen to like, you know, one Disturbed song and this is definitely a metal tune. He's fucking shredding it up and all types of shit. And then I'm sure they have another one where you're like, all right, this is maybe a little bit more, I don't know, rock and roll. Not a little more straightforward.
I would like to get off of Disturbed though,
Oh,
but no, even going.
Say what you other guitar players fucking bomb. All right.
Sure, there are plenty of great guitar players making shitty music. Do you really like? Dude, this is another.
Yeah, no,
this is
I
for
actually
another
like
time.
Disturbed. Yes.
Alright, we'll have this discussion later. But like you mentioned, going, you know,
We had to have diversity on the show.
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
That was funny.
Because
was.
what little
It was
audience
tasteful.
we had.
I don't know.
Tasteful.
But,
Oh no.
That's what your taste is.
But you had mentioned going song by song, and even that, I mean, just what makes one song metal and one not. And I think that's what we're really trying
That's
to
an
get to the
interesting
bottom
point
of.
Yeah.
because I heard a Rufio album like early 2000s, and there's a metal track on that CD. I don't care what anybody says. There's like it's like an instrumental with a solo, and I don't know, maybe it's as simple as like drum beat and chugs or something.
Another thing,
It's an attitude. It's like the aggression. It's the atmosphere that they're putting on. It's a lot of things.
well, we were listening to some more like post rock kind of bands, or post metal, and if you were to listen to it, it's heavy stuff. It's not stuff you're going to like headbang to, but I still think it's a variant of metal.
it has like a certain abrasiveness to
Yes.
it.
Are you talking about the one band we can't remember the name of?
Was it Set the Setting?
Set the setting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Christ.
no, it.
Well, it's a really memorable name. God damn it.
But no, like there's like you said, very abrasive parts.
Over
very
the last 2 or 3
harsh
weeks,
parts. Like
there's a few bands that came up where you're right. We had a hard time deciding if they fit in the show or not. And it came down to no, because you didn't hear about them. But I think it was strictly because of the...
I think even when we were listening to So Hideous that came up. Like, are they metal enough? Because like they definitely have like a very post. If I'm thinking of the right band.
because it is on that atmospheric
No,
side.
I mean,
that's
but
super
they opened
atmospheric
that
side.
song up with such a metal riff. if
Yeah,
I'm
but
remembering the
then
right
everything
song.
gets all.
But that's okay.
But it still keeps it's abrasive.
See, I feel like
so
if
it
you
totally falls
incorporate-
into it's a post metal as opposed to post rock because it has that certain abrasiveness that just makes it metal.
I mean, there's good sections of that were pretty straight metal, and I guess that's what I'm trying to find the essence of here is what made those sections more metal. And you could, a huge part of me wants to say that a large part of it is depending on guitar work and the effects being used, but then is that really what makes it? Because there's plenty of metal.
It's
that
a
has-
synergy that's required, I would say, because like you can, like if you have a super metal riff, I guess, going, but you got some like light keys or like like your drums just aren't matching it to metal to making it metal. It's probably gonna come out. I don't know.
It's definitely not heaviness that determines it either. Because
Yeah,
think about
that's
like
true.
listen to harsh noise. It's heavy. It's not metal.
You do listen to harsh noise.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
metal
gonna
has
go body
Slayer.
count.
I mean, a lot of the thrash wasn't necessarily heavy as much as it was just
Abrasive.
and-
Yeah.
Abrasive. I feel like we might even said on a past show where like metal's like a grading scale between brutal crushing and like abrasive.
But what
kind of,
about like the whole pagan sound, like Black Sabbath, the band
Sinister,
you're gonna
that
talk
falls
about
into,
That's
like,
later?
that's
a
that's
sinister
the
one.
heavy end of things.
Yeah.
I mean, Sabbath
That's that
was
crushing
that falls that's more on the crushing side, you know.
that.
rhythmic. It
I mean, Sabbath was easily ahead of its time, but you know there was nothing that heavy prior to Sabbath, and sure, it's
Yeah.
gotten much heavier since. So now when you hear it, you're not necessarily going to hear it and be
Like,
like, "Oh, that's
yeah.
so heavy."
Before its time, that was like a fucking whole new way of looking at life.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, it's just a grading scale, and it's just all about where the band falls into that scale. I'm sure, like, you can make arguments for a lot of different bands to where do they fall in this scale of heaviness and abrasiveness. And
So then here's a question. Maybe I answered it already for you myself. But Yngwie Malmsteen, he's more or less just playing classical music.
yes.
Yngwie Malmsteen, he neoclassical is
Sure.
but it's like it's neoclassical shred.
Well, I was gonna go farther with this argument, but until I realized that neoclassical and metal is like the same thing.
The same
Yes.
thing. Yes. Neoclassical and like shred metal.
I feel like the people who wrote classical, if they had access to distortion pedals and electric guitars, that's what they would have used.
I mean, that's the whole reason for like the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I mean, they had that whole album, Beethoven's Last Night, and it's just
So is it just
Metal
like
Beethoven.
distorted guitars at the right rhythmic value?
I think so.
that's
That
what I
seems to be
said.
it.
That seems to be the primary.
And if
because
you
I-
can include it, double bass.
yeah, But I mean, I've heard, every other aspect of it, I've also heard in other genres, but I can't think of anything other than maybe your heavier hard rock band. But anything outside of the genre of like metal or hardcore that uses that style of guitar.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard Slash play metal riffs, but I wouldn't call anything he's done, I don't know, really.
I think it's a entourage effect. If you got some southern rock licks or some classical licks with the right kind of vocals and drum beats, we're probably talking metal.
Yeah. Alright, question. Is GNR metal?
No.
I don't know.
I think a lot of people would, because I mean, you're also gonna have people who would group them in there with, I mean, you've got bands like Motley Crue and
Exactly,
Poison
yeah.
and all that.
That's what I'm getting
So
at.
in some ways, I'd say yes, they kind of fall within the hair metal arena, even though they're not straight hair metal, like you might call Motley Crue.
Yeah.
Even Crue's not necessarily straight.
Now, like, at that same scale, like, is, I guess, another Slash project, Velvet Revolver, like, a later Slash project, kind of a similar tone to Guns N' Roses at times, like...
At times, but that really, really falls within the alternative rock realm.
It does.
I mean, I don't think
that was
place.
I'm pulling for straws there, but, I mean...
Yeah, if Dave Grohl started singing a little differently, I feel like that he could immediately.
Dave Grohl could have. Oh my god, I would love for him to be in a metal band. Like,
Dave Grohl for the front man of Lamb of God.
Oh, damn it.
We could start this petition.
God damn
it could
it.
start
God damn it.
here with
what
us.
is it? The scream he does at the end of Monkey Wrench. Like,
Oh yeah, well, and
he can do vocals for.
He comes
anything.
from a very metal background. For anyone who's not familiar with Probot, I hope all you guys are.
Yeah.
But it's, God, that happened, what, like 12 years ago now?
Mhm.
But
I'm
for anyone
old.
who's not familiar with Probot, maybe any younger kids who just weren't aware of it and think that all Dave Grohl does is like alternative radio rock, go listen to Probot. The dude wrote songs with a bunch of different metal singers in mind and got all of them. We're talking fucking Lemmy, Kurt Brett from DRI. It's a crazy album. The man can do anything he wants.
He really we're about to just get into a Dave.
Yeah,
Grohl
we're going way off topic
ceremony,
here.
So,
So, at the end of the day, I don't think we really know exactly what makes metal, but it's a feel.
It's just a feeling, goddammit.
You know metal when you hear it.
you know, when you get the feels feel you, and then you feel them.
It's
you know?
yeah, but I mean, I think for anyone outside of metal, it's very difficult to explain to them what exactly makes a band metal.
Yeah, more qualitative than quantitative because it's music and it's not a competition. And realistically, all these different names and genres and shit like that are, for the most part, just our silly human brains trying to rationalize. Like,
That
what
strongly-
is this? I have
That's
to relate
another
to something.
topic.
Yeah,
It's another topic for another
The
time.
human
We will get
condition?
into
it's
that.
the human condition. Well, what makes a band metal? The human condition.
I'm thinking more about subgenres, but that's
All right.
quite all right. So,
So yeah, that was it.
any final words on that,
I'm good,
Frank?
yeah.
I'm good.
Okay. All right. So for our next segment, we like to bring you guys into the pit. This is where we introduce you to a bunch of bands that we dug around the internet and found, and hope to help you find one of your new favorite bands. So Ron, stop playing on your fucking tablet.
I'm bringing up the eat my ass. All right. Yeah. This week, listen to Pomegranate
There
Tiger.
could be children in the room.
There could be. They could eat my ass too.
Whoa. All right.
Listen
hold
to
on.
Pomegranate
Stop
Tiger.
the show. I can't work with a pedophile.
I bet you can't.
Get the Jared mask. Get the.
Yeah, it's a fucking.
There's the Jared mask.
Oh,
All right.
that's it. Where is it?
It's somewhere up
We're
there.
doing this.
Keep talking, Ron.
All right. So this week, listen to Pomegranate Tiger, and they're pretty cool, like gent kind of proggy band.
You have to hold this. The rest
Fuck
of the
off.
episode.
Fuck
You child
off.
banger.
Out of here, Jared.
Alright. Pomegranate Tiger. Overall, they're a really solid, very musical band. I felt like their album kind of tapered, lost a little like focus toward the middle of it, the midsections, but the opening fucking solid. Wanted to throw down, had some really nice riffs that I just couldn't imagine playing, you know. And then toward the end of the album, they kind of picked it up a little bit, but overall, it was a pretty decent band, pretty decent gent project. If you're into, you know, some neat guitar work and syncopation, odd time signatures, and all that, you know, it's totally going to be up your alley. Pomegranate Tiger, go check them out.
I got to listen to North this week, and this is a 3-piece band from Tucson, Arizona. Do what they call a gloom metal, which is kind of a sludgy doom metal. They keep the tempo slow. They keep it nice and low. It was awesome. They released a track off of Through Raven's Eye. I believe it's called Old Blood. As soon as the album came on, me and you were listening to it. We're like, this is good. And our first words were like, please don't ruin it with the vocals. And dude's scream came on, and it was fantastic. Mm-hmm. Like, that was the other cool thing to hear this doom band with, instead of the more cleanish vocals, had that real nice scream to it. And God, it was good. Check them out.
This week I actually traded with Ron because I decided to take Temple, and I couldn't be happier. I actually listened to a few tracks off of their new CD coming out, The Moon Lit Our Path. That'll be out. That is out.
Top-notch journalism.
Top-notch.
CNN, they're knocking at the door right now.
You know, you got Rachel Maddow.
I don't even know who that is.
This album's at the top of my list to purchase. It's awesome instrumental metal, but not in the same sort of genty way that is kind of destroying my sensibilities right now. Every time I turn around, it's like Algion, the Pomegranate Tiger, and it's like, no, but it's so very heavy. It's like potato chips to my ears in the sense that I put on the few tracks they have up on YouTube from The Moonlit Our Path, and that wasn't enough. So I went back, I listened to the hipsterish vinyl upload on YouTube.
He watched a video of them playing the vinyl of the album.
Why not? Why not?
I've only ever done that for like really old Louis Armstrong that you can't find anywhere else.
Mike, you're the best person.
Yo, I'm very broke right now.
It'd be like
that one was called At the Steps of the Temple, or On the Temple Steps. That album was amazing as well. Every minute of it, every riff just moves into another really tasty part.
I was going to say, from what I heard, they were just masters of the riff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Riffs for days.
They kind of take like a bass riff, like, you hear this? It's not going to stay like this. We're gonna tease you a bit with it.
It's not like Sonic. It's not overwhelming.
No.
I hear a few tracks and I'm ready to keep listening.
Yeah.
It's like all of the really cool instrumental parts from High on Fire just crammed into one. It's awesome. I'm a big fan. Love what they're doing.
Yeah, check out their Bandcamp. Totally worth it.
We will link to that in the description. Alright, so this week I listened to Rosie Finch, a 3-piece out of Spain. Their album Witchboro, it's available on Bandcamp. We'll make sure, again, to link to
Witchboro
that.
Baptist Church.
I'm not really sure exactly what the reference is
It's
to.
called a union transfer now.
It's funny.
Alright.
For anybody that knows.
Local joke.
I like I don't want to say a Sabbathy sound, but it's got that like
Well,
black
it's-
metal-y, pagan-y.
At moments, yes. It's very 90s revival. If you happen to be a fan of the Breeders, the Melvins, early Smashing Pumpkins, it's for any of you guys out there who consider Hole a guilty pleasure. Here's the solution. They're like a much better version, and you don't have to worry about having to think about fucking Courtney Love the whole time you're listening to them.
Sorry.
Yeah, my train of thought was derailed.
I'm good
Fucking
at
Witchboro Baptist. Motherfuckers.
Oh wow, No wonder you guys all looked at me like I was crazy.
What?
Because I said a real dumb thing.
Yes, you did. That's why it took me a second.
Yeah. Disregard everything I say.
The whole episode.
The whole
Throw
thing.
it all out. Everything. Can we just edit him out? Are you wearing? You're not wearing
Oh
green.
yeah, we needed to get like a green man.
You don't even have a
costume.
green screen right now.
We'll edit the Jared face in.
That'll be more appropriate.
Anyway, guys, check out Rosie Finch. They're
it.
awesome. Legit.
Word.
Yeah,
Yes. All right. So the last segment of our show that we do rather begrudgingly most episodes.
Well,
Hence
to be
hence-
fair, I mean, this is kind of a hard topic for us because picking tours out of the world for all of you to be interested in isn't really
It-
Possible.
easy. Yeah.
It's
Where do you start?
It's also a pain because we're just trying to find tours as opposed to finding, hey, is this band on tour? We're trying, guys. But
Yeah, you got to
this
keep in
is-
mind, lots of bands are on tour right now. And we're
This-
going to try and announce the beginnings and the ones that interest us the most.
So this is why we call this section fucking tours. And what do we even have there?
Not a whole lot this week. Put a lot of effort into everything else. I know that doesn't seem like it, but we did.
You're asking a lot from us, okay?
I mean, the one I added, Godspeed's going to be playing September 28th. It's not metal, I know, but you all need to know Godspeed will be here. Don't
That's-
miss it.
It's true.
That's all that matters.
They broke up for 10 years.
And Godspeed's pretty awesome. I think most metalheads I know are also fans of Godspeed. If you're not, I
It's just a
don't
smart
care.
decision. Yeah.
Go listen to Godspeed. Like,
Yeah.
turn this video off right now and go listen to Godspeed.
Whoa, don't do that.
Wait till it's over.
Yeah.
Like it, subscribe,
There's
and then go watch it.
There's candy at the end.
There is candy, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
And the right band.
But,
Take a ride?
But yeah, so for tours, we got the punk rock flea market.
Oh, that's really Philly specific.
It is very Philly specific.
Well,
But it doesn't matter if you're in the Philly area, if you're South Jersey, whatever, you know.
it's a
come check
really
it out.
cool thing that happens. I think they usually do it twice a year. I'm not
Mhm.
sure if it's happening more often now. But I mean, just any weird shit you could possibly hope to find, you'll find at the punk rock flea market for
It's
like.
called the punk rock flea market. If you're
Yeah.
not going there for weird shit, what the fuck are you there?
I know a lot of other areas also do these, so see
Yeah.
if there's one happening in a city near you and go out and support it because
Yeah.
it's a really cool way to just get a lot of weird independent shit out there and support people who are trying to make all of their profit through Etsy. So
Damn.
But yeah, no, when is that? That's December 12th.
Yes.
December 12th. Saturday, December 12th.
Tsunami
Yeah, check
Festival
it out.
coming up.
Flea market's always cool. Punk rocks.
ah
Flea
yes,
market's always cool.
Tsunami Fest is also this month. I believe we've talked about it on the show before, but it's a hardcore festival that takes place out in Reading, PA every year. This year it's been cut down to 2 days, but some of their headliners are Life of Agony Saturday and Wu-Tang on Friday, which is crazy. They're also bringing out. Why am I blanking? Oh, Body Count,
Yeah.
Mob Deep,
Mm-hmm.
Madball, Wisdom in Chains. It's gonna be a crazy fucking weekend. So if you're anywhere near Reading, PA, and especially if you're near Philly, get the fuck out. The Pope's gonna be here that weekend. Christ, run quickly to Reading or any other metal events happening.
Oh, yeah.
Worship Satan while the Pope's
Oh,
in Philly.
shit.
Yeah.
Also here, we got H2O coming through.
Yes, yeah,
Uh,
H2O is going on tour to support their new album,
Mhm.
Use Your Voice. The title track is available. If we haven't mentioned that before. Yeah, they have the title track uploaded. Go listen to it. It's fucking awesome. It's
Oh, yeah.
H2O. You really can't go wrong.
So yeah, I think, is that all we got for Funkin' Tours?
That is all we have for fucking tours.
Is Housecore Horror over? The Texas show?
I have no idea
We're
at this point.
We are the top of our field.
Yeah,
Just
let's call
don't,
that good. We'll call
don't
that
ask
good.
questions about things on the show.
Calling it a wrap?
It's not going well for us. But I think that's about it for us from this week. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, do all that other fun stuff. Share our videos with your friends. Share our videos with your grandparents. They'll love us.
Mm-hmm.
And big
Love
shout
them.
out Big shout out to my buddy Matt over at the Hardcore Kids Corner and Brutal Babble podcast. We'll post the link. Make sure you check those out. You might even hear myself on there.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And I'd actually like to give a shout out to my buddies at Everything Ever, a band who recently had all their stuff jacked, and that's not cool. So not to be a downer, but if you guys could just check out their Kickstarter or whatever, they're trying to raise some funds to get some lost gear back.
Yeah, always show some support.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Oh, and before we forget, if you're like me, you hate reading, but you like listening to stuff. So just check out the little link down in the description, and it'll take you to audible.com. They have thousands of different audiobooks and
Oh,
whatnot
God,
to listen
it's
to,
ridiculous.
you know. And every little bit helps the show, keeps us going, and
You don't even have to listen to smart stuff. They've got weird erotica
oh
on
my
there.
god.
For real?
Really
yeah, dude,
weird.
the fuck, yeah.
Weird erotica.
Like 90% of books are just book.
well.
Look up Milked on Her Uncle's Farm.
90% of anything is just porn of that thing.
I feel
But yeah,
it's easier now.
I feel like I need to
Audible.com. They have really awesome books. If you're a metalhead, I'm actually planning on getting a few Lovecraft stuff. So yeah, check it
awesome.
out.
It's really easy. Just get it all.
All of it for probably like $10.
We'll see you guys next week.
We're derailing. See you next
Yeah.
Friday.
Night, ladies.